Illuvium is the future of gaming. I'm not talking NFT game. I'm not talking Web3 gaming. It is the future of all gaming. Okay, this latest leak show was absolutely insane and they keep getting better and better. Just when you think you've seen everything, obviously you haven't. Okay, I'm going to be trying to make this more of a weekly thing and show as many of my favorite leaks on the showcase as I can. Talk through what I think about them, what you guys think, and just kind of in a way that I know a lot of people can't spare an hour and a half sometimes to watch some of these shows or take the time out to do it or aren't paying attention that well. So I'm pulling together all of my favorite leaks from the show to give you kind of a quick breakdown of what's happening in Illuvium, what's happening in terms of leaks in Illuvium, in case you're not paying that close attention and you just want a little bit of an update once a week. And that's kind of what this is going to be going into detail on, but in particular with the leaks, because they're really exciting. So the first one up is the Doka. In particular, watch the fur, the way it moves around in the body and all that. It's insane. It actually, this one, as they keep going through the NFTs, they look more and more realistic. I know this sounds kind of weird to say this is not a real creature. You cannot get a Doka in real life as your pet or whatever you might want to do, but they feel a lot more realistic. They feel like they're almost jumping out of the screen. And one day we're going to go into VR with this stuff and this is what you're going to see. And it's going to feel like what you always dreamed of when you were a kid trying to get Pokemon. Okay, we'll go to the next one. The Mammoth in particular was insane. This is by far like one of my favorite leaks for the entire episode. This thing looks incredible. All the detail on the tusks in particular, but all the fur as well is so beautiful, so perfect. And not many of you might have noticed this, but you'll notice that the fur on the Mammoth is a lot more scattered. It's a lot more dirty. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a lot messier than something like a Doka or a Lynx, where it's a lot more clean and a lot more refined, because the Mammoth is just a different sort of thing. It's a different biology. It's a different behavior. It's a great attention to detail with this sort of stuff for sure. And the way the gem and the eyes blink and everything, there's hair covering some of the eyes. It's just too good. So the next one we'll look at is the Pistol Shrimp Alfie. He's really cute. I like how his eyes fully come off his head. They move independently from the rest of his body. His claws all move independently. His legs, you can feel the joints moving individually. Oh, it's too good. I can't wait to have these NFTs up on my wall. I'm going to pretty much fill a room with this shit when I get a place. You just watch. Okay. The next one here is the final stage Poodle Moth doing the carpet bomb. I think they're going to enhance these VFX a little bit more. I really like it. I'm curious to see how this plays in the game in terms of the meta and how it versus other alluvials and things like that. That's what's going to be most fascinating to me, but it looks so sick. So this is the final stage. Sorry, that other one was stage 2. It looks really cool. I know a lot of people really love this alluvial. Okay, the next one we've got is with the skins, and we're going to scrub through them quite a bit. This was by far my favorite one of them all. I really like the koala one, or I guess as some people call them, a drop bear. But yeah, these skins look awesome, and I know that they've started developing some of these things like in the actual game and things like that. They don't look too difficult to do. You have to do the VFX is probably the hard part, but anything that doesn't need it, you need to texture it. I'm sure that's not easy by any means, but it shouldn't take too long. I guess getting Mozart right was the very first thing. Now that they have, getting skins involved isn't that bad. And I know some people think, why don't you focus on other parts of the game? Why don't you focus on getting Overworld and things out? Overworld is going to feel really empty. And really, the retention is going to be really weak unless there's thousands of collectibles for you to collect. And skins is a really great way of starting to pad those numbers and stack them up. So I think this is actually really exciting and says a lot about the future of Illuvium, what you can hope to achieve and get out of Illuvium, even if you're into the collecting side of things. I think a lot of people underestimate collecting. Also, a great way to flex on people in PvP. So also really important for that. So there's Crunk. You keep going a bit further, you've got some of the lynxes coming through. You got the earth lynxes. Skip forward a bit more. Got the earth lynxes setting up here. If we skip forward a little bit more, you can see some of the fire lynxes. They just look awesome. I'm not going to go through all of them. Some are better than others, not going to lie. Here are some of the lynxes in general. They look interesting. I think they're going to look better in game than they look on screen here. Obviously, they're all going to be 4K and everything. If we skip past a bit, the slashing one is pretty cool. I really like this one. I really like how they encapsulated the look and feel of the alluvial pretty surprisingly well. I wouldn't be able to do that, that's for sure. The Vermilion one's pretty cool. I don't think it's for everyone. It's kind of average looking for the most part, but I think it has some nice charm to it. The Cookaless one is pretty cool. I like how colorful and bright it is. We go to the Mammoth ones. These ones look pretty dope, especially the top of the Mozart, but the faces of it aren't that great. Now, if we skip a bit forward, you can see the Scoriox one. They did my boy dirty a little bit. I don't love it that much. I actually really like the stage 1 more than the stage 2 or 3, to be honest. But I really like the top of the stage 3. I think that encapsulates Scoriox and the snake-like features of it really, really well, so that's pretty hype. So the next one we'll look at is they've gone through some of the environments as well. I believe this is Abyssal Basin. We've seen Abyssal Basin when it's like really dark and gloomy, but obviously it's going to have these bright, colorful sections as well. That's something a lot of modern gaming sometimes misses, is really bright environments. You'd be surprised how kind of like a full dark and gloomy environment for the entire playthrough. It works for some people. It does not work for the majority of gamers. They need bright, colorful environments. They need interesting things to look at. And Illuvium is capturing all that. So I'm really excited for that for sure. And you keep going. You can see some of the other areas of Abyssal Basin. I hope that's Abyssal Basin. Some loot crates and things. I think these look pretty cool. I don't know exactly what they're for. I don't think you can necessarily open them. I think they're more for set dressing than anything. But they look sick. And obviously the poop rock, this thing is sick. I don't know what it's for yet. Don't really care, but it's a poop rock and I love it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Check out this next video in the top right-hand corner if you want to make sure that you're watching more content on Illuvium. It will tailor the video for you. Have a good day, guys.